Hey YouTube, it's Weird Paul. The response to asking all of you out there for questions was a lot greater than I expected. I have over 100 questions to answer. There's a lot of good questions, and I plan to answer them all, but it will take a few videos to get to all of them. In fact, some of them will take a whole video to answer. I'm going to start out today with some of the easier questions about my life in general, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. And remember, if I don't get to your question in this video, it will be coming up soon. Holly Bender asked, "How old are you?" I am 45 years old. Billy McMillan asked, "What state and country I live in?" I live in Pennsylvania in the United States. Setsuko Momoko wants to know if my last name, Petrosky, is Russian. It is not. It is Polish. Ronald Jankowski asked what I know about my Polish origin. My great-grandparents, on my dad's father's side, left Poland and came to the United States in 1900. Their last name was Pietrusza, which somehow got changed to Petrosky here. In Polish, Pietrusza means parsley. He also asked if I'd like to find out more about Poland. Well, I'd love to visit Poland someday. E. LeBron 77 asked where my family are now. Well, 30 years have passed, and the kids that you see in my old 80s home movies are all much older now. My sisters have moved away and now have families of their own. My mom and dad still do appear occasionally on my YouTube channel. E. LeBron 77 and Max Power both asked if my family watch my YouTube channel and what they think of it. Sometimes they do watch it, and I think that they enjoy it, as long as they can have their own private lives now and just enjoy the memories with the rest of us. Hillary Clitoris asked if I'm an uncle. I am. I have several nephews and a niece. Random Stuff 999 asked if I'm married and if I have kids. I got married in 1991. My son Tristan was born in 1996. He is now 20 years old. My wife and I got separated in 1999. My current girlfriend and I have been together for 9 years. Socially Awkward Girl asked if I still see my son. Although he lives over an hour away, I do still see him several times a year. He has also edited and filmed some of my music videos, and I put a link below to a video on his channel where he and I are doing some bodybuilding posing together. Julia Merlin and Great Turning both asked what I do for a living. I work at Spencer's, also known as Spencer Gifts. I am at the mall a lot, even more than I was in the 80s. Adam Kelly asked if I've ever been recognized in public. I have been many times. In fact, teenagers often come in while I'm working, and I hear them whisper, "That's Weird Paul." One guy, who wasn't shy at all, brought in a box of macaroni for me to autograph. Daniel 2802 1991 asked if I still drive the Dodge Neon. I still do drive the same Dodge Neon that I've been driving now for 13 years. It now has 173,000 miles on it. I've had the engine replaced, I've had the transmission replaced, I've had almost everything replaced. Maria Esperanza Flores asked if there was ever a dull moment when I was growing up. Well, there were some times when I was bored. In my early journals, in 1983, I wrote about being bored. But once we got our video camera, I was almost never bored. If we couldn't think of anything to do, we would just film something, or watch something that we'd already filmed. We had lots of fun ideas of stuff to do, so things didn't really get dull. Graham Complete asked what I do now and what my daily routine is like. Well, I get up and I do my hair, and then I'll have breakfast, answer some emails and messages, and then I'll start looking at my to-do list for the day of all the things that I need to get to. Then if I don't work that day, I'll usually start working on a YouTube project, digitizing one of my old videos, or researching, writing, filming, or editing a new vlog. After lunch, I might do some chores, or maybe go to the library, or the thrift store, or grocery shopping. In the evenings, I might work on music, or practice with my band, or maybe go and perform live at a concert. If I don't have any of those things to do, I might go back to my to-do list, or catch up on all of my other types of social media. And the last thing I do every night is to make the next day's to-do list. My one addiction is doing list challenges at listchallenges.com. It's an online game where you click off things that you've done in your life on lists. My ranking right now is number 12 for the whole world. I do spend the largest percentage of my time working on YouTube, though. I got a lot of questions about my collections, my hair, what cameras I use, and how I make my YouTube videos. So I'm going to be answering all of those questions and a lot of other questions soon. But before I go for today, I'm going to answer one more question, and it's the first question that I got when I asked for subscriber questions. Joshua Miller asked when and where I first met Daniel Johnston, and what my favorite song is by him, and if I have his autograph. Daniel Johnston is an artist and a musician from West Virginia who released his own music on cassettes in the early 80s. He became very well known in 2006 following the release of the film The Devil and Daniel Johnston. I met Daniel Johnston in early 2001 in Philadelphia. I drove there because an art gallery was doing an exhibit of his drawings, and he played a few songs. Then I got to talk to him down in the basement. This photo was taken right before he spilled his ice water on his bag of newly purchased comic books. Daniel came to Pittsburgh twice while on tour, in 2001 and 2003, and I opened for him both times. I got him to sign my vinyl copy of his album 1990, which I'd bought in 1990. I also gave him a copy of my own album, 2001, where I had parodied his album cover. He said that it was hysterical, which made me feel really good. One of my favorite Daniel Johnston songs is Museum of Love, which I covered at a show that I did in 1990.
Oh, yeah!
I've got lots more answers to your questions coming up, so if I didn't get to yours, I will be soon. Thanks, YouTube.